Witches.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Zodiac.
It's Scorpio season. Super funny. So I know two Scorpios. One I know extremely well because she is my sister. The other one, I know superficially. I don't know super well. But he is my tarot card reader that I go to. And they're very different people. So it's very interesting. But I can see aspects of both of them in researching this sign. So, quick overview. Scorpio season is October 23rd through November 21st. If you don't know that Scorpio's symbol is the scorpion, what rock have you been living under? They're a fixed water sign that are ruled by Mars and Pluto. They rule the 8th house. Their mantra is I transform. Their body part is the genitals and the bowels. The colors are red and black.
Watery bowels. It is the spooky season.
I don't know. Colors are red and black, and their tarot card is death. So, going into the symbolism and myth about Scorpio, the constellation Scorpio goes back to Babylonian times, and it was then called the creature with the burning sting. It has the star, the red star, Antares, which means the rival of Mars, and it's also called the heart of the scorpion. And it's typically observed as having like intense Mars-like qualities in magic practices. In Greek mythology, the scorpion is associated with the death of Orion. There are many versions of that story. However, the one connected to Scorpio tells of a boastful Orion bragging that he could kill all of the animals in the wild kingdom. And the scorpion's like, that bitch, which is a very Scorpio thing to say.
Good. Because we need them fucking animals.
So that's not actually what happened. The earth goddess Gaia objected to Orion saying he could kill all of the animals, and so he sent the scorpion to fight him. Orion confronted and fought the scorpion, but the scorpion stung him in the head, and so he died. And so the scorpion did win, but it was actually Gaia who was the one that sent him there. And
next time you see a scorpion, you better go boop.
Boop. That's why the constellation of Scorpio was put into the heavens as a reward from Gaia for winning, basically for his service. And then Zeus was like, Orion fought a good fight, and put him up there too.
What a male.
Yeah. Fuck Zeus. Except don't. But like
his dick's already been in everyone, so
right?
You probably won't have a choice.
That's probably where the Virgin Mary got.
Jesus?
Javis? Is your daddy Zeus?
Holy Javis.
Anywho, this season
Javis, Mary and Joseph. I'll see you in hell.
The season Scorpio is mid-autumn in the northern hemisphere. This is starting on October 23rd, time of year when the sun's heat and light are beginning to wane and the darkness of night is beginning to outweigh the daylight hours.
Wait, when is it on the 23rd?
October 23rd?
October 23rd. I thought you said September 23rd. I was like, what?
I might have. Listen, my brain is like scrambled eggs here lately, but I meant October 23rd if I said September.
If you said 23rd, I might have registered it as September because that's my dad's birthday. So I was like, when? Sorry, go ahead.
October.
Okay.
Scorpio is the third of the 4 fixed signs in the zodiac, who all hold the elemental energy of endurance and stability.
Ooh.
So Scorpio, because they start in the middle of the seasons. So Scorpio begins in the middle of autumn when the season is most fixed and established. It's a water element, which is the second heaviest element. And thought by ancient astrologers.
The second heaviest?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Well, I guess when you're thinking of fire, wind, and
I was going to say next to Earth, water. I guess.
So I was like, fuck.
Yeah. It's fluid and adaptive, and stop it. Sorry, guys. I'm looking at my notes on my phone because my iPad is dead, and it's not.
Rookie move.
Not a good time.
All right, Emily.
At least I have notes. I don't just have the website pulled up.
Hey, I read the website and I do clip notes. Fuck you. And you know what? We both have college degrees.
We do. It's fine. What was I talking about? Okay. It's a domicile of Mars. There it goes. Mars is a planetary ruler of both Aries and Scorpio. Because Aries is the day or diurnal home of Mars, and the nocturnal home is in brooding and secretive Scorpio.
Ooh.
So because like Scorpio has all of the like warrior like tendencies of Mars, but because that it's a, oh my god, words are hard. Because Scorpio is Mars's nighttime home, it takes on a secretive and covert manner, which gives them a more calculated use of their anger. So they're going to be more vindictive and thoughtful about their payback.
They Slytherins.
Yeah. They're also going to be more patient and it says emotionally and psychologically nuanced than Aries. So they're going to be tactical and observant. They're going to wait till the right time, till the like whatever is going to be most opportune, and then they're going to
strike.
Yeah, then they're going to strike. So their modern ruler is Pluto, which was named for the god of the underworld. I saw a meme the other day that, or maybe it was a TikTok, that said something about we took away Pluto's status as a planet, and now the god of the underworld is wreaking havoc on us. And I was like,
it's still a fucking planet. It might be a dwarf planet, but it's still a planet.
Yeah. You tell Hades that he's now a dwarf. See how that goes for you. I'm just saying.
Hey, at least I want him still in my universe.
Okay.
Part of my thing.
All right. Well, good luck with that. Anyway.
Take me to the underworld, boy. I'm coming home.
So astrologers of the modern era assign Pluto as the co-ruler of Scorpio, since it's got like themes of power, destruction, And combining that with the assertive power of Mars, this sign is very, how do I want to say that? They're like in a good position to transform or to beat collective trauma. So that's interesting. Um, it is the ruler of the 8th house, which is the house of endings, death, and inheritances, which makes sense with it being ruled by Pluto as well, because, god of death.
Mm-hmm.
So that all makes sense. Um, what? No. Scorpio characteristics. The personality traits are derived from its feminine or yin qualities. So this Scorpio person is going to be contemplative. They're going to they're going to have a lot of inner awareness. They're going to be introspective. And those with Scorpio as their rising sun or moon sign are going to have a mysterious, intuitive, and like powerful dynamic. Kind of like going along with the essence of fall. Um, They tend to be magnetic, highly sensitive, intuitive, creative, and secretive people. So people are going to be drawn to them, but they're going to keep people at arm's length. Their strengths are going to be that they are determined, they're hard workers, they're going to be deeply committed to whatever they're doing. And they're going to see whatever project they start through to the end. Like they don't leave unfinished business. They like to be receptive and patient. They're going to wait till the other person has all of their cards out on the table before they make any kind of move. And they're going to be drawn towards like the taboo. So they're going to be into occult subjects, which I feel like who's not these days, but like Scorpio is going to take it to that next level. They're not afraid of like things that other people might say are like dark or twisted. So realities of death, transformation. They're not going to be as negative or upset about those things. They're going to be more introspective and understanding of those kind of things, I guess. But they are very empathetic and compassionate people. Once they find someone they trust, they're going to like bond to that person. Like this is going to be a ride or die situation. And that's partially because they know what it's like to be like that weirdo or that outsider looking in. So they are going to automatically connect with the underdog or the new kid or, anyone else who's an outcast. Because of this, they're going to be likely to help like the homeless. They're going to help the mentally ill. They're going to support people who have different religious beliefs or lifestyles. They're going to be pro LGBTQ most likely. They're going to be open. some of their weaknesses play right off of their strengths. So because they're so devoted to finishing a project, they can become rigid and fixated, or maybe even obsessed, to the point where they can't let go even if something's not serving them any longer. They can also, where they are receptive and patient, they can also be suspicious and a little bit like standoffish, because they don't trust easily. And at times, if they're feeling insecure about something, they might take something that someone has told them and use it to be emotionally manipulative or controlling. They're also slow to forgive, so don't cross a scorpion or a Scorpio, because they're going to hold that grudge. They can kind of self-destruct sometimes, because they are drawn to the taboo, and they're drawn to those outsiders and outcasts on like the edge of society. So they might be lured towards a person who's maybe not the best for them, or a situation that's not the best for them because it's different, or because other people don't like it. And then because they do everything so intensely, they might be very intense in a relationship, and then if the other person's not reciprocating in the same way, they can become like needy or overdo it. They're going to be like all water signs. They're going to be they're easily going to absorb negative energies or toxic energies. So if they're in any kind of work where they are taking on the traumas of others, they need to have cleansing practices or something along those lines to keep their energy clear. Their mantra and purpose. So their mantra is I transform. And that's all going to be about like shadow work, really diving into the darker side of life to figure out where their power lies. And as always, they can get so focused on that they can't see past it. So that's always a danger for them. I forget where Scorpio is in my chart, but wherever Scorpio is in your chart, you can know that house, whatever it is, you're going to be very driven and like powerful in that area. Scorpios at work are going to they're naturally suited for professions where they solve problems or mysteries. They're, again, going to push until they finish whatever it is that they're doing. They are going to be a nocturnal person, so third shift is going to be better for them, not day shift, but based on the type of work that they do, that might not be possible. However, they could be private investigators, detectives, that kind of thing is going to be up their alley. But so is like any kind of spiritual job: psychics, tarot reader, astrologer, spiritual teacher. Those are all going to be up like in their realm. And then as a water sign, with the way that they're going to have healing powers. So they might take roles in medicine or mental health, which is really funny actually, because the two Scorpios I know, one of them is a tarot reader and the other one works at a mental health clinic. So it makes sense.
The
They're
Scorpio
also
I
going to
know,
be, huh?
the Scorpio I know works with kids. He is
Okay.
like a I wouldn't say like an after school programs teacher, but he works in like the schools that are I would say less funded, more he lives in Madison, Wisconsin. So there's like a bigger diversity up there.
Mhm.
And he is at like a primarily almost all Spanish speaking school. So he does like after school programs and like coaching and all that for them there.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
And boy, is it hard on him sometimes. So I'm like, well, now I'm seeing
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
It's just Scorpio.
They're also going to be good because they like the dark side and the macabre. They're also going to be good as hospice workers, death doulas, or grief counselors.
He definitely is good at grief counseling.
Yeah, because that's like they're drawn to that.
Shout out to Lupe.
Compatibility. Scorpios being a water sign are going to go the best. Go best with other water signs and earth signs. They're gonna have to work a lot harder on their relationships with fire signs and air signs.
Same.
You're an air sign, haven't
I gotta work hard to be with every sign. What do you mean? I gotta
I
work
was
hard
like,
to be.
wait a second. Oh my gosh. Fire signs are not going to be good for a Scorpio because Scorpio is sensitive, private, they're patient, and we all know fire signs tend to be volatile and impulsive.
Hey, what are Leos? Are Leos a fire sign?
Yes.
Okay, makes sense.
So Scorpio and Aries both have Mars as their rulers. However, they have different ways of going about getting their power. Where Aries is confrontational, Scorpio is more secretive. So they're going to struggle for power and then not be able to compromise about it. Sagittarius and Scorpio, they don't have the same elements or modalities. They have this literally says they are like neighbors that have no reason to talk to each other except for the fact that they share a fence. So Sagittarius is really optimistic. They're happy. They see the best in everyone. And Scorpio is the opposite. They look for the skeletons in people's closets. They
What you hiding, bitch?
see the worst. Yeah, they like literally look for the worst in everyone. So they don't get along well, or at least not long term. Leo and Scorpio are both going to be chaos. Anyway.
But Mom, leave me alone. I post.
Leo and Scorpio are both fixed signs. So they're both passionate and stubborn, and this can either ignite some sexual tension or power struggles. So they're going to have an interesting chemistry that could go really well or could go really bad, but because of the big differences between them, it's probably not going to go well. Air signs are going to be a little bit too breezy and changeable for Scorpio, who likes consistency and stability. So they're going to find that as being not reliable. Gemini and Scorpio could be a really terrifying team if they were like friends, because they both like to push buttons. Scorpio likes to like be like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, controlling everything. And Gemini just likes to poke. So if they're together on the same team, they can be terrifying. Against each other, they're going to hate each other. Libra and Scorpio are very opposite. Libra is Venus ruled. They want to keep the peace. They want to see the best in the world. They're all about love and happiness, where Scorpio is ready to fight. And they think everyone's hiding something. So their worldviews are just very different.
I mean, the world is hiding something. What do you mean?
Aquarius and Scorpio is a unique match that has the potential to go very right or very wrong. Both are stubborn, fixed signs that share a love for debates and bubble bursting. Where Aquarius is going to be abstract and conceptual, Scorpio is going to rely on instinct and feelings, so it can be a tough combination in that manner. But it could go very right. Water signs are going to be a good fit. Scorpio with Cancer. They're both private. They're both sensitive. They both prefer to be alone. The Scorpio is going to open up Cancer. And if they can get to that point, they're going to form a really deep, trusting bond. Where Cancer nurtures Scorpio and Scorpio is protective of Cancer. So they kind of just get each other and do what they need. I don't know. Pisces and Scorpio are going to be complementary. They're going to be better friends. I imagine it being like Pisces is the one that's like, yeah, this is great. And Scorpio's like, go best friend, go best friend, go.
It's like, if for anyone who has ever seen like the Wednesday,
yes.
Those guys.
Yes.
I've never seen it. Yeah, that one. I was like, I have no idea what her name is.
Scorpio with Scorpio is gonna be very sexually great. But they are so much alike, and they both have very introspective, dark personalities. That if they both get into one of their low, dark moods at the same time, that could be bad. But they're also going to be very empathetic with each other because they understand. Scorpio and Capricorn, so into earth signs.
Done that, bestie.
Scorpio and Capricorn are going to play well together. They're both strong individuals. Damn it, now the dog is trying to get the cat's food. Odin, stop! Damn animals. Oh my god, it bumped me all the way back to the top of my notes. Anyway, Scorpio and Capricorn, they're going to play well together. They're both very individualistic, and they're going to respect each other, but not be intimidated by each other. Where Capricorn, builds things up and organizes things, Scorpio investigates and explores. So if they merge those talents together, they're going to be really good together in business and possibly in love as well. Virgo and Scorpio have a great love compatibility. They appreciate each other's attention to detail. They're going to have overlapping interests in helping others. And Scorpio is going to bring a little bit of mystery into Virgo's very neat and orderly world, which is going to be intriguing to them. So they're going to go well together. what did I just say? Yeah, Scorpio and Taurus. Man, my sister. Are polar opposite signs, which is either going to be a magnetic connection or a polarizing standoff. Taurus, being ruled by Venus, loves pleasure and comfort, where Scorpio is ruled by Mars and they thrive on challenge and thrills. Both signs are fixed, so they're going to be slow to compromise and both be stubborn. So they're either going to balance each other out or be too different to last. So I like to think that my sister and I balance each other out. I also feel like I'm more of a Cancer than a than a Taurus sometimes, but that's just me.
Is that your moon sign?
No.
A lot of people think that your sun sign is like your mask, and your moon sign is actually your true sign.
I'm a Pisces moon.
I'm a Gemini.
Get out of here.
I'm Gemini or Aquarius. My Scorpio's in Pluto.
I don't know where my Scorpio is. I'll have to look. In classical astrology, or in classic astrological medicine, the stars were mapped onto the body. And Scorpio is a water sign, so it's associated with the phlegmatic temperament, which is cold and moist.
Moist, you say?
Yeah, I said moist.
Moist. Gotta love the word moist.
So they can become too fixated and brooding in their moods, overly retentive of water and other fluids in their body. They can get built up with toxic substances and emotions, and not adequately cleaning them out of their system. Sorry, my animals are being a hot mess. I don't know what's happening. Scorpio's constitution has another layer that makes it unique and in need of particular care because it's ruled by Mars, which is a hot and dry planet. That can help dry out the coolness and excess moisture in the Scorpio constitution, but it can also give a tendency for swelling and inflammation, and a lack of circulation. Like I said, Scorpio rules over the genitals and reproductive organs and the bowels. This is going to be your root chakra. And those organs are going to need the most protection in the Scorpio body. They're going to be easily damaged, inflamed, or prone to infection. Scorpio males are going to need to be aware of their prostate, and make sure they're taking care of all of that. Sugary and allergy-producing foods promote mucus and should be avoided to keep the Scorpio body clear of stagnation, inflammation, and blockages. You don't want a blockage. They're herbal allies. I did not write a lot about these. I just listed what they are. If you want more information about that, you can look them up yourself because it was a lot. But their herbal allies are mugwort, nettles, and blackberry. Tarot cards. Death is their major arcana card, which can seem like the death card seems really scary, but it doesn't usually actually mean death. It just means like transformation or the end of a phase or the beginning of a new one, more like. The death card is number 13, and the picture is death is a blah, 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 blah. It's like the point is letting go. So what needs to let go of what you need to let go of so you can move on and fertilize the new. Um, the card tends to come up to remind us of this, of letting go of what isn't no longer serving us and
let it go.
Starting again.
Let it go.
Exactly. Minor Arcana cards are going to be the 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, and 7 of Cups. Which makes sense because it is a water sign. The cups are going to be about our sensory capacities and self-understanding, which also makes a lot of sense with Scorpios being so introspective and shadow worky. So the 5 of Cups is the first decan of Scorpio. It is a lonely figure standing amongst filled and empty cups. It tends to appear when we're questioning our emotional awareness or possibly grieving. Not necessarily grieving after death, but grieving like the loss of a relationship or the loss of a job. It's called the disappointment card very often. So it's kind of showing you what your problem is, so then you know where to go from there. 6 of Cups is the second decan of Scorpio. This is the card of pleasure. So it's going to be a happier scene than the last one. It's about heartfelt emotional pleasure, and warmth and well-being. So that one's a little happier. And then the 7 of Cups is the third decan of Scorpio, which is the card of debauchery. It's going to kind of tell you that you need to look introspectively at yourself and see what you're doing that is not serving you, because it could be like addiction, overindulgence, or an emotional imbalance. So that card you definitely want to pay attention to. Scorpio rising, if your Scorpio is your rising sign, means it was the sign on the eastern horizon at the time of your birth. You'd be ruled by water. Ruling planet is Pluto, which is the planet of transformation and evolution. So, yeah. And then celebrities! I just put the link, so I need to click on it and open it. Because of course I did. Okay. We've got some fun celebrities in the Scorpio world. Bill Gates is a Scorpio.
Good for him.
Bjork, which actually makes a fuck ton of sense that Bjork would be a Scorpio.
Bjork.
She's weird, but she's like a singer, songwriter, and she's not someone that I listen to, but she's a little weird. Sierra, the pop star Sierra. Sorry, these animals are making me crazy. Drake is a Scorpio. Emma Stone is a Scorpio, which actually doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Frank Ocean is a Scorpio. That does make a lot of sense to me. Gordon Ramsay. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Kimmel is a Scorpio. And Hillary Clinton is a Scorpio. So.
In politics, you know.
Yeah.
All about them secrets.
So, if you know a Scorpio and love a Scorpio, now you know them a little better. And that's all I got.
Look at my nail.
Send this episode to. Well, look at that.
It's a ghosty. Get out of here, light. Ah!
I see it. It's a ghost.
It's a ghosty. Okay. Until next time.
Bye.